Good morning and welcome back to Sunday Morning Sounds. Let's get straight into the greatest show in hip-hop earth. First up this week, honestly a surprise to me, the dirtbag himself. Blueface, baby. Yeah, so let's talk about it. I know what y'all thinking. What, Dan Quaid talking about Blueface? I can't believe Sunday Morning Sounds. Y'all letting me down. Stop. Trust me. My boy went 8 for 8 on this joint. I'm talking about 8 straight bangers. West Coast bop bibbity. I wanted to get out my car at every gas station type songs. Like, it's really incredible how he flipped it. That offbeat, he kind of reels it in and uses it a little bit more. He kind of wields it more than just lets it flop all over. And he still somehow finds a way to put his style, how he kind of sings over and just kind of explains what's happening. He's not really looking to rap. He's got a style. The beats are just crazy West Coast, classic West Coast. Like I said, 8 tracks, quick in and out. I mean, you cut it on and you're not gonna stop rocking to the very end. Boy, Rich the Kid came through and slaughtered that joint. How he go straight to a Bentley? He ain't even drove a Honda. What? Come on, Rich. But yeah, it's solid. It surprised me as well. Take my word for it and cut this shit on in your car. Blueface, dirtbag. Next up, we got Muse with the EP Love and Nappiness. And I'm speaking in this tone because it's kind of how the music makes me feel. Till around track 3 or 4, and it starts to turn up, and it kind of makes you want to jug a little bit, and then it reels you back in with some sort of jazz and lounge. And there's all sorts of Christian piano chord progressions, reminiscent of church. That's where he was raised. That's where his musical influences sort of come from. He's been playing piano his whole life, and he stated that he wanted to showcase his piano skills on this particular outing. So Love and Nappiness. He's got this awesome hairdo in the front, this bright shirt, as you can see. So I definitely like what this kid is on to, and if he keeps growing, I mean, he speaks on these insecurities, and he speaks on black love and emotion and family. So he keeps growing the way he is. He can be one of the, not to compare him to D'Angelo, but one of those speakers of our era in that sort of sense in the content that he speaks on. So it's really, really dope stuff. I really like this kid. Muse, Love and Nappiness. So next up, out of Harlem, New York, ASAP Ferg with the album Floor Seats. 9 tracks, gets in, gets out, gives you awesome opening with the title track Floor Seats. Floor seats to the Knicks. Whew, what an experience. I have sat courtside, and it is very special when you got your feet on that parquet. Just stick your foot out there, trip one of the players. That shit is cool. So I mean, he gives the imagery, the energy of that perfectly. He does this crazy distortion on that hook. I mean, he really opens up the album really crazy and uniquely. And then he sort of gets immediately into classic Ferg, gives you that balance, gives you some strip club stuff with Rico Nasty. An incredible song. Rico really came through. Of course, Ty Dolla $ign. Parsley, a little hip hop parsley on there. He kind of rounds it out really great on the very last track, Fantasies, Dreams. Really, he gets filthy, yes. But he rounds it out. He gives it balance. He comes in really crazy energy and ends it out with a slow jam. So, I mean, it's a solid outing for ASAP Ferg, especially in the wake of all that's going on in the ASAP camp. So, shout out to you, Floor Seats, ASAP Ferg. Next up is Miss Rapsody with the album Eve, the first woman, of course. I'm gonna just go ahead and read all the titles of these because they're all named after women who deserve to be spoken. Nina, Cleo, Aaliyah, Oprah, Whoopi, Serena, Tyra, Maya, Ibtihaj, Mirli, Raina, Michelle, Iman, Hatshepsut, Sojourner, and Afeni. I mean, just incredible. 16 tracks, 1 hour. I mean, a really long playing album. I plan on buying this one on vinyl. It's that good. It's gonna last that long. The features: Queen Latifah, El Varna, Sir and Jid, J. Cole, PJ Morton, D'Angelo and GZA, which was my favorite feature and the surprise feature of the whole thing. D'Angelo and GZA on the same song. K. Roosevelt and Lake Elite 47. Lake Elite 47 delivers maybe one of the best verses on the album. I mean, they all killed it. It's really incredible. The production, Ninth got his work all smeared across it. It's beautiful stuff. Orchestral, to soul, to funk, to jazz, to rap, to hard street shit, to twerking. I mean, she's absolutely covered the bases. Rapsody, thank you. Eve, the album. Go listen to it. Next up is P-Lo. Tell him bring the bass back. Out of the Bay Area, the HBK gang, he drops off Shine, a really good effort, inspirational, emotional. He's got some slow jams. He's got all the bass you could ever need for the whip. But that first album, the first track, the title track, Shine, really special track. Sneeze with Kehlani, he's got Mozzie, track Here with Dom Kennedy, special track again. He's come of age. He's come of age since taking his solo route from the HBK gang, of course with Sage the Gemini, I Am Sue, all those dudes, Cool John, Dave Steezy, the whole crew. So definitely a solid outing. If you're not familiar, get familiar. It's P-Lo, Shine. Young Thug, so much fun. Had a ball making it. You can tell he's not trying to stick to any particular thing. He's not trying to put out propaganda. He's not trying to make any statement. He literally got in the studio with his friends and just made what he wanted to rock to. And that's what it takes to make a special album. It's already outsold like 80% of the first week sales of his last albums combined. And it's headed to shoot past a lot of them. So, I mean, it's really a special outing for Young Thug. I'll say this, you can understand more of the words. I think I said that the last time we featured Thug, which has been a minute. But that's why, let's be real. For a while, I mean, the style is cool, but you gotta be able to understand the words. And on this one, he came clear, he came correct. So definitely dropped off big bass. Everybody is present on this joint. Gunna a couple times, Lil Baby a couple times, Da Baby. I mean, everybody came through for this. Lil Uzi Vert. It's a special outing, and currently beating Taylor Swift for that #1 spot. So all is right with the world. Young Thug, so much fun. Next up, Neek Bucks with El Barrio 2. A solid outing. 9 tracks. There's a couple of skits. There's really like 7.5 songs or 8 songs, but solid stuff. He's sort of one of those ghetto poet storytellers. I'm just coming into, the knowledge of his existence, of his music, his catalog, but man, solid stuff. These beats kind of remind me of early Nas, early New York stuff. He gets into a lot of opera chops, opera samples, a lot of jazz samples, a lot of screams, yells, sound effects, gunshots, stuff like that. It's like I said, street poetry. It's really hard stuff, and he's got a good voice, to be honest. Sometimes that's just a big part of it, just having a good voice for rap. But definitely solid. I like this kid coming onto the scene. Neek Bucks with El Barrio 2. Toby Liu from Chicago comes through with Live on Ice. This is technically his debut album. Even though we've been getting a lot of music from him, technically his debut. It's a long album, an hour plus, like 17 minutes, hour 17, but he gives you a lot. Every kind of emotion, every kind of song, from Chicago juke stuff to soul to R&B, to classic, hard, straight up spoken word rap with very simple, stripped away beats. So I like how he does that. He constructs some songs to be these huge houses of cards, and then some other songs are very simple, like dominoes. So it's a special outing, a special debut for an artist we've been hearing really for the better part of 4 years on a high level of execution. He keeps coming with stuff, and he keeps coming. Apparently he was a minor league baseball player and had like some horrific career-ending injury, and that's how he ended up in hip-hop. But go figure. However you end up here, you're doing well, young man. It's Toby Liu, Live on Ice. Next up, we got Cousin Stiz out of Boston, Mass, Dorchester to be exact, coming up with his new project, Looking for My Next Thrill. Cousin Stiz is one of those rappers that kind of harkens back to that late 90s, early 2000s feel with his flow. His content, he's very open about his past, his history. He talks about his friend who died and how he actually turned up and became a full-time rapper after some years of recklessness, but it kind of all spurred from that moment, how that moment really changed him, as it normally does. His friend Michael Christmas, also Boston rapper, also saw some success around 2013-14, started coming on the scene, so he kind of came up together. He did do something awesome in 2018. He won the Boston Music Awards Artist of the Year, the first hip-hop artist to win the award. And if you know Boston, I mean, you're talking about 500 years of the whitest music winning that award. So some hundreds of years. But anyway, music there is very established, very old. Berklee School of Music and Harvard's, places like that. So you can only imagine. It's really, really awesome. He's really, truly broke ground, and I think he can come to stay. He has a lot to say, and he has a lot of creativity. Picks his beats well. Gives you, like I said, that 90s, 2000 feel. Boom, pap, sort of, with some 808s in there. But this is Cousin Stiz, looking for my next through.